took like half an hour.
Hi. I wanted to start a new vlog. It is Friday today and I just got ready, kind of like as my artist alter ego. I got new pink hair and I love it. And I think also sometimes it is really nice to kind of like dress yourself up as your like artist alter ego. We were also talking about this with my teacher yesterday, like in a group talk. There was this one girl who said that she always kind of feels very uncomfortable having talks with teachers because she feels like she's kind of like posing as an artist who knows what her work is about. And yeah, she took it like very seriously. And then my teacher was also talking about how he doesn't wake up as our teacher, he wakes us up as himself. And then on the way to school, he kind of gets transformed in our teacher. And we also don't wake up as the students, but we kind of like wake up as ourselves. And then on the way to school, we kind of get transformed in this relationship kind of. And I thought it was very interesting. And I also said then in the group that like I really like to kind of dress up as my artist alter ego, and also kind of like become this version of myself that is my artist self and play around a little bit with it, like the way I talk with teachers and also with my fellow students. It's a bit like I kind of see it a little bit as a play and as a game, and kind of like seeing how people respond, because I noticed in especially in like the first year of art academy that if you like if there's like a feedback session, if you talk about your work in a kind of not very confident way and a very like if you're too humble, then the teachers also don't take you seriously. And like I just noticed that the positive feedback they gave more to like the people who were more leaning towards like the arrogant side, and especially to like these men or like boys who are like more like confident of themselves. And I think it's very much like mostly women who feel the need to be humble and yeah, who don't really, especially in the art world, like exude this kind of confidence because it's very easily seen as arrogance in women. And so yeah, I kind of noticed that really early on, and it's not nice of course, but I noticed that if yeah, I just like play around a little bit with it, and that also makes me become more in this like laid back version or like observing version where I don't take everything too seriously, and also I don't take the feedback too seriously. Because one thing I'm not gonna do is let my artist self be like feel down by like negative feedback of my teachers. Like no. I'm not gonna let that do. So yeah, I wanted to say that before we start our day. And I also think it's like a little bit different than Farah the musician. Like when I'm at home and I'm making music, I feel like I also kind of step into a different character. I mean, it's still me, but like a little bit of a different version of myself. Like maybe I wear a bit more relaxed clothing, because maybe the music also that I want to make is more relaxing. So yeah, I just play around a little bit with that. And this morning I tried to kind of get back into good like routines that support my artist self and that also kind of make me transform into this art student. So like the journaling, like I do like the Artist Ways morning pages, and I kind of wanted to get back into these things, and they also really help me to get into the mindset that I need to have in order to be the artist self that I want to be in life and in school. So like it's kind of like pushing away a bit of like the seriousness of life and kind of then making my artist step forward because there's the space. This is also because I want to I'm graduating this year, and I really want to make kind of a musical with like songs that I've written, with costumes, and this is quite a big project, I would say. And I feel like I kind of have the tendency to overwork myself and to kind of forget myself, but also my artist self, and forget, pushing all of this away. Because if you get too busy and in this hustle mode, I feel like the magic of art making, the kind of relationship to the universe, becomes a bit blocked. And I really want to kind of not overwork myself and not get into burnout and keep this relationship. And so yeah, I really want to try and get into this routine again. So it was nice to do it this morning. And for today, I want to go to a thrift store because for one of the costumes that I have in mind, I want to see if I can buy some material. It will kind of be a tree costume with kind of the roots at the head, because I want to wear it when I'm upside down, like in a headstand. So the material that I'm looking for needs to be a little bit soft. I have also ordered kind of like clay foam or foam clay. It's like a kind of polymer clay that dries up hard but a little bit soft and flexible still. And I want to kind of combine that maybe with like yoga mats and these type of foamy textures. So I want to see in the thrift store if there's something that I can find. And I also, for one of the tasks of the artist way, have to find like an artist totem. It's like a little object that you find that makes you remember like your artist self and the relationship to the universe. And I thought it would be really nice to put it in my new studio space that I have right now, and I kind of want to make it feel very inspiring and homey. So I was thinking to find like an artist totem and put it in my studio space. And this is the outfit. I really like it. So kind of this mini skirt, and then I have these boots.
Checken, ook met je betaalpas. Please remember to check out.
So this is my little studio space. So far I just hung up my drawings, and I had hung up my timeline, but it fell down. This is the timeline that I made for my musical project. I find making like a visual planning like this is really helpful. So I kind of put other things I could think of right now on it, and it gives me some peace of mind. Like I don't need to do it all at once. And then I drew out the idea I had for my costume. And this always really helps me, because during the drawing, the solutions of how and the structure kind of come to me. So this is a person doing a headstand, and I thought I would attach the branches from a high waistband. And here I drew it again, but then with 2 trees. And I thought to hang maybe some lamps or like decoration hanging from the branches that come out of the legs as well. Then I decided to draw on the unicorn that I chose. I chose the unicorn because my work is often a bit fantasy-like. And I have used the symbol of the unicorn a couple of times before in some projects. And then the teachers were a bit critical because they found it cliché and childlike. But I don't think that is fair. And I actually think the childlike nature of my art is what is good about my art. So for me, putting this unicorn in my studio is now kind of a reminder to stand firm behind my own beliefs and take the critique of my teachers with a grain of salt. And I added some cute hearts underneath it, and I think I'll just keep adding to it to make it a bit into an altar. So yeah, this was my day. I hope you feel inspired, and I appreciate you for taking the time to watch. So bye!